Good morning from Idaho. A beautiful day here where the sun is out, the sky is clear, and it is a beautiful, beautiful day. I just went out to get the newspaper, and the little flowers that we planted last year that were supposed to die in the winter are popping out under the ground, popping out, smiling at me and saying, "Hey, it's resurrection morning. We survived the winter." That's if flowers could talk. And of course, flowers can talk. Why shouldn't flowers be able to talk? We talk. Flowers must talk. Aren't they God's creatures? Don't God's creatures speak to each other? Communicate with each other? Of course they do. So the flowers are always welcome after a really bitter cold January, and some of you had horrible winters indeed. We didn't get very much snow, and it was really a 1-month winter. And the main thing I've worried about is my fruit trees and whether or not we're going to get fruit. Last year we got very few peaches and no apricots whatsoever, which was unbelievable. And we did get lots of cherries and plums and apples and pears. Now, I don't have a big orchard. I only have 8 trees, so I just like to talk about them. That's what we old men do. I'm 81. We old men talk about whatever's in front of us. But my apricot tree, I only have 1 apricot tree, is absolutely loaded with blossoms today. And let's just hope that we get fruit this year. The peach trees and the cherry trees and the plum trees and everything is budding out, ready to go with this year's fruit production. So, and speaking of fruit, that's what I'm going to talk about today a little bit. I'm no expert. My son is. He's a veterinarian, but he's an expert on herbs and stuff. And I always have him check anything I take, make sure I'm not taking anything that will be harmful. And we're talking about Rev Energy Company's RevvLean today. RevvLean. There it is, floating in the air. RevvLean. I'll send you one of these brochures if you'd like. RevvLean. I'll put a credit at the end with my address on it. You can see the people there all being very active and slim and trim. I've watched this RevvLean work. It mainly trims you down. It stops your fat cells from being fed so much, and you just lose fats, especially around the waist, quite rapidly. I've lost 4 inches in just a couple of weeks. But I have watched this with my wife's caregiver. Her name is Georgia. And man, she has really trimmed down. Not a lot of weight loss in anybody that I've seen. It's mainly putting the weight where it belongs, in the muscle. She shows me her muscles. And her boy, she has a son who works, by the way, in a greenhouse with flowers, just like his dad used to do. And he has really trimmed down. It's amazing. He looks fantastic. And then there's a young man named Trent from Salt Lake that came up to see us, and he's just as trim as can be, and he was very fat because he got in an automobile accident and was injured seriously and lay in bed for a couple of years and just went to pot and had a lot of pain. And he started taking these Rev products, and it claims a miracle that he really got rid of the pain. So, and he just looks great, young man. The young man that brought him up here is 27 years old, raising a 8-year-old daughter. which he sired when he was in high school, and his wife had other ideas after high school and took off and left him with the child, and he has taken care of her all these years, never remarried. But he got tired of working as a waiter and all that sort of thing, get bossed around, so he started pitching these Rev Energy products, and immediately, well, in a short time, because he worked very hard at it, he was in six figures, and now he's way beyond that. He has bought 2 restaurants, and he's absolutely smart about investing. He's been buying real estate, and he's been investing in the stock market and that such things, which people do that have more money than they know what the heck to do with. That's never happened to me. I've never been poor since the Depression, and World War II ended my poverty. And so, although when I was in an undergraduate in college, we just about starved to death, my wife and I, when we had a new child, and he had surgery, and we didn't have anything. And one day my mom and dad came to the door with a big box of groceries. I says, how in the heck did they know that we were in such straits? But anyway, I quit college and went to work. And about 2 days later, I got a telephone call from my professor, and he says, get back up here, Jones. So I explained to the company I had to go back up to the university. They were going to help me survive. And so I went up there to the loan office, and they coughed up $1,200. And at that time, my GI Bill was, I think it had, no, I still had the GI Bill, but that's not very much. Not in those days anyway. But anyway, I somehow got enough money, and I always worked, and somehow got bad through that school year. So but anyway, this RevvLean is a magic it's a magic health and wellness shake. It says right here. See that young where'd they go? There they go. See that young couple down there? That's a healthy shake, wellness shake. Stuff does make you feel good. I don't know why, but it must be what's in it. It says here it's the perfect health and wellness shake that provides an ideal balance and nutrition, protein, and fiber. That magic word, fiber. We all need fiber. In addition to being filling, yeah, it does curb your appetite, and delicious. I don't know if it's delicious or not. It's sort of like cake batter, I always put something in it. They have these little flavor packs. I think there's maybe a picture of them here. I don't know. They have these little flavor packs, chocolate and berry, that you can add. They don't show them on this pamphlet. And I may add those, but what I do, you have a little shaker, and I don't know if I can pause. Can you pause this for a second? I'm going to go get my shaker. Let's see. Just want to stop. Okay. The old man is back. I am back with a flavor pack. There's a little flavor pack. This one's berry. You can add these to the RevvLean to make them taste a little better. You only need it if you put it in water. This one's a strawberry booster. But they also have, and everybody loves, chocolate. I never go the right way with these things. This is a chocolate supplemental facts, and it has a little bit of fiber and a little bit of carb and a little bit of very few calories, 25, and cocoa seed extract, and it gives it a chocolatey flavor. I use those sometimes. Mainly what I like to do, and now I have my little shaker. Up, you put it in there and shake it, shake it. It's got a little springy thing in there. Oop, it's got water in there too. I just put on my lap when I don't press the lap. There's a little springy thingy. Springy thing. Oh, there, that's better. Springy thingy goes in the bottom of the shaker waker. And then what I do, I fill it with orange juice to about there. Orange juice. I love orange juice. I might throw in a berry flavor thing, but I mainly just, if you got the orange juice, this stuff just tastes great to me. Then after that, you take the RevvLean and comes in this big old tub. Cost about $1 a scoop. And it takes 2 scoops. You take 2 scoops of the stuff. This one has 2 scoopers in it. The scoops are this big. Little scoopers. Little scoopers. Don't eat the powder. Just take the little scooper. You put 2 of those scoopers in your shaker bottle. And once you got all the stuff in there, make sure you put the lid on before you shake. And then make sure you close the little cap before you shake, or you'll have it all over you. Hold the cap down and go. You can sing a little jingle while you're doing it if you like. It doesn't take very long, by the way. Goes right in. Okay, now, you think I would have been able to get a job at a Carney selling mixers or something? I doubt it. Anyway, and then it's very good that way. I love it that way. And then that replaces a meal. See, you don't need a meal because you just took a meal. And I think the calorie count is only like 90. If you got the orange juice, you'd have another 100, I guess. But it's only like 90 calories, and there's no saturated fat or trans fat or cholesterol or any of that kind of crap, and it's very low in sodium and potassium, low in carbs. Got 6 grams of dietary fiber, absolutely no sugar, and 15 grams of protein. So it's like a protein shake. And it gives a 30% of vitamin A and calcium and vitamin D and vitamin K, 35% of riboflavin. I'm reading the label, as you can see. Vitamin B6 is 30%, as is vitamin C. Iron, 10%. Vitamin E 30. I thought I said that. Nope, I guess I didn't. Thiamine, 30. Niacin, 30. And folate, 30. So they are the mineral ingredients that you get, and the protein that you get. And then I'll tell you what else is in it that makes it so fantastic. But it also gives you vitamin B12, biotin, phosphorus, pantothenic acid. I don't remember that from my organic chemistry class. Magnesium, iodine, selenium. They're good. That's good for making the semiconductors. Zinc, copper. Everybody needs a little copper and manganese. Manganese, molybdenum, or molybdenum. Some people used to say molybdenum. There used to be the mine net up in, I guess they still do, up in Colorado, and I used to work for a company, and we sent people up there, and they about froze up there. They're up there and mining cobalt also in Colorado, about froze to death up there. And chromium, which is very good for your diabetic. and like me. And then it has the other stuff which I will now try to explain to you in my humble way. One, and as I say right on the old label, it says right on the old label, and if I turn it around you would say where? There in the red on the label. It says it has Sensorel. It says it's a patented compound and it boosts energy and reduces fatigue and stress. Oh, that's nice. You get a kick out of this. You get rid of your stress and you're not so tired. And it does that. I'll just vouch for that. It does that. And the next thing it has in it, this patent pending, is Optiberry, which increases antioxidant activity, which is good for heart patients like me. I've had surgery twice. I have a pig's valve, or an artificial valve, synthetic valve. It's been pumping away there for some years now. Those be good for 20 or more, 30. I know people have had them for 30 years. Then it has natural raspberry ketones. And what's so nice about this stuff, it's the one that's blocking those fat cells. It's the one that's keeping those fat cells out of the way. And of course the low calorie count is what helps you lose weight. But I tend to eat anyway around it and stuff like that. So my main benefit, I have lost some weight. I won't say that I haven't, because I have. But mainly I'm looking to get rid of that fat. And then it has 24 vitamins and minerals, and I already bored you to death with that list. It's got 15 grams of protein, which I already told you about. It's got fiber for heart and digestive health, which I already told you about. And it's low in calories and carbohydrates también. So anyway, on the cover here it says it's filling, delicious, satisfying, and only 90 calories, which it is. Now I got to tell you one other thing. Say you want to add fruit, just want to add fruit to water, and before you put in the magic powder, the magic RevvLean powder, what you need to do is fill this up with whatever water you want, throw it in your blender. Throw it in your blender. Your blender, you know what a blender is, on the kitchen table out there. Throw in your banana, slice up the banana, throw it in. It's best to slice the banana. It breaks up a lot easier, I found out. And don't cut chunks too big, as Georgia found out the other day. It ground everything up except one big chunk, which she came in here and stuck in my big mouth. So. And then and add your peaches or your berries or whatever it is. You can add frozen fruit if you want. Add your fruit in there and blend it in with that blender. And when it's nice and blended, it will not be foamy. And you pour it back into here. Take your little RevvLean, put in 2 scoopy whoopies, and then shaky dokey. Well, I think that's it, folks. Woo-hoo! It's your RevvLean. Get it from me. That would be a good place. I'll leave a little tab here. Goodbye. Have a great day. Have a wonderful, healthy life. God bless you and yours.